The original Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera's resurgence in popularity has also brought about a renewed interest in gear, particularly cages. Today we're going to look at one that's available, but I don't know for how long. Hey guys, Nathan Brendan Masters. This is the Ikan ELE BMPCC-C Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera Cage Kit. That's a long name for a cage that may be available for a short time. I got mine from Amazon for $150, but I've seen them sold on eBay for double the price. But you don't just get a cage, you get rod mounts, two 15mm rods, cable clamps to protect that pesky micro HDMI port, and a top handle. And while still proprietary, in my opinion, much better than the one on the Shoot Villa cage. If you've worked with the camera cage before, this is nothing new. It comes built out already. You do have to, of course, attach the top handle and the rods. Construction seems solid and the cage itself is lightweight. Now, before you snap your camera in, you're going to want to take note of the screw, and you're just going to gently position your camera over that screw with the dial on the bottom of the cage. Now, you want to make sure that this is screwed in tight, and I'll show you why in a minute, but just make sure your camera isn't shaky inside the frame. Make sure it's in there tight. Now, this top handle is a pro and con when it comes to this cage. It's a pro because I like the fact that it's got the rubbery grip, and it's a nice grippable top handle, okay? I like that, but it's proprietary, and you know I don't like proprietary top handles per se. This one, of course, like many other top handles, you can turn it forward or backward, depending on how your rig is set up. But the problem isn't the handle itself, it's this screw right here. Now, this screw goes in here, and then you put it on the top, and then you screw it in, right? So that should seem like a no-brainer. It's no problem there, right? Well, there is a problem, and the problem is here. You see that space there? That screw does not go all the way down into the body of the camera. If it had done that, that would make this camera more stable in this frame. Now, you can buy longer thumb screws, but this is a proprietary thumb screw made to specifically fit this top handle. Now, you could try replacing it with a screw like this, but this is not going to actually fit into the actual top handle because the top handle has a groove in it that's specifically made for that screw. And if you use that kind of thumb screw to replace the thumb screw that comes with the camera, it's going to have to be screwed in very tightly to make sure that the handle doesn't slip. Now, the supplied thumb screw does work very well as far as keeping the handle attached and keeping it attached tightly. But the camera inside could be held tighter if that screw had just went on down in to the hole on top of the camera. If you take the top handle off, you can simply screw this screw all the way down, and that will actually give you more stability with the camera. Like you see, there's no play on the camera with this screw all the way tied down in there. So I don't understand why this was, I don't understand this decision. If you're going to make a proprietary screw, why not make it longer so that it keeps the camera more stable? Now, a workaround would obviously be to keep the screw in and add a side handle. But a lot of people would prefer a side handle and a top handle, and I'm actually one of those people. So that's something that I would say is the one flaw of this rig. Is it a major flaw? No, because you can tighten that bottom screw and get it in there real tight. And, you know, I'm confident that the camera's not going to fall out or anything, but it could be more stable inside and have less play. So that's, I would say, my main con with this rig, and possibly my only one. As you can see, the camera's not wobbling inside or anything like that. It's just something I'm looking at and going, but why not do that thing just to make it more stable in the rig? In my opinion, this is a design flaw. Now, this top handle comes with a screw on the front of it, and you can take that screw off and do what I did, replace it with a small rig cold shoe. This works perfectly for me because I have a monitor mount that I can put on the front and angle my monitor exactly where I need it, and it doesn't make the rig too tall. I bought a 15mm rail block off of Amazon, and I used that to attach the battery adapter, and that puts the battery closer to the camera's AC port, which this cage has some great port protectors, which is a definite pro. So how do I rate this cage? On a scale of 1 to 5, if not for the top handle, it could have been a 5. All my cons with this have to do with the top handle. But other than that, you can use this like you would any other cage. In fact, it's the only cage that I've seen that's available brand new. The cage I think is most desirable is still the small rig cage, which I would still give a 5. But this one gets a strong 4, 4.5. There's enough here that I could keep building this out, add a side handle, matte box, follow focus, etc. But it's your hard-earned money, so you decide if this is a good value for you. Other than that, you guys take it easy. Links are in the description. Nathan Brendan Masters, Austin.